Second quarter of action underway. Royas Anderson. Moline with the basketball. On the floor for the Railers, you've got Olson, Gesner, Smith, Van Hook, and Will Podbelsic as a wild shot goes up off the glass. Van Hook, I think, is going to be whistled, and Pods is in for Jordan Nelson. And guys, we don't know if it's much as for Nelson getting whistled for that foul right in front of the official, and Coach Alexander wanting to, give Jordan a chance to cool off, or if it's for Jordan's safety that, with Jordan being out there, it's almost like they're baiting him into doing something. And this is about as into getting at the officials as we've seen Coach all year.
Yeah, he is really lighting them up. He's great. He's in the ear of each one of them, and he is tearing them to shreds. And he's right. It's going both ways, but they've got to start calling some fouls.
Giovanni makes one of the 2 free throws after the Van Hook foul, so it's 16-3.
Especially off the ball. There's just lots of stuff going on.
Olson to Gesner and out of Podbelsic. Podbelsic stuck in the corner, and a hold is going to be whistled on that.
Now they're going to call everything, and they have to. They let it get out of control. They got to get it back. The best way to do it is just start calling foul.
Only foul according to Atwater is first, team second.
Atwater picking up his first. Gesner back to Olson, 7:15 to go. First half, Railers up 16-3. Olson saves it from going into the backcourt. Into the free throw line. Gesner fires off a 3, hits the side of the backboard. Nathaniel there with the board. Couldn't get it to go down. Tries to get it back, but it's taken away by Lindauer. Lindauer quickly ahead to Giovanni on the right wing. Lindauer with his one dribble to Atwater. Giovanni right side 3 up, and it is good.
He shot that from the rafters.
That was a rainmaker, but it's interesting to see how many minutes we've played without Nelson here in the whole season, really. And the guards have got to pick it up because Moline has picked up the pressure.
Nathaniel gets it out to Podbelsic, who didn't fire one.
Right now the Railers looking for a scorer. They don't have one on the floor except Smitty, and he's floating in the middle. Right now we haven't been able to find him.
Podbelsic, he'll fire one top of the key. 3, got the roll.
Buddy Pods, way to go. And the Moline coaching staff has to go, excuse me, do any of you guys not shoot 3?
Atwater to Lewis, closed out on by Van Hook. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Lincoln on top, 19-6. Swinging on quickly, Lindauer with a long 3. Back rim, no good. Lewis with the rebound. Kicked it back out to Lindauer. Hop step, tried to kick it over. Does. 3 on the way, shooting up an air ball. Van Hook grabs it. Smith over to Gesner. Got to get into the front court. Gesner does on the bounce. Double team comes, lobs it over to Smith.
Coyne and Cook getting ready to check back in for the Railers.
Podbelsic. Gesner back to Olson. Olson into the corner to Nathaniel. Nathaniel thought about going baseline, didn't. Podbelsic skips it across for Gesner. Tipped by Lindauer, but Gesner's able to corral it. Podbelsic over to Smith. Smith tries to go baseline, had it stripped away by Wages.
Yeah, took off before he had it.
Saw the baseline, hadn't been there all night, wanted it.
Lindauer to Atwater. Giovanni with another high arcing 3. That's off no good. Fighting for the rebound. Podbelsic in there, but Lewis comes out with it for Moline. Lindauer fires a long 3, misses it. Smith the rebound. Nathaniel clears up ahead to Jake Olson. Olson thought about going baseline and pulls it back out. Skips it out to Gesner, 4:45 to go. Van Hook to Podbelsic. Inside Nathaniel, turns from 14, and he's hit. He'll go to the line, shooting 2.
Yeah, that's what we need, Nathaniel, right in the middle. He can do a lot of damage right there. He can shoot it, he can pass, or he can dribble and go all the way to the hoop. So a dangerous position for Moline if we can keep Nathaniel Smith and get him the ball.
Yep. Nathaniel checks in, a 76% free throw shooter on the night.
Coach Al having a long conversation with Jordan.
Nathaniel, first free throw on the way, is good.
Jordan just got to understand, and Josh, you know this, it's going to happen to him the rest of the year. People are going to try to hold him, push him, shove him, get him mad, and he just, you know how you show that, you know how you tell people to stop? You hit threes. You hit over and over and over.
Yeah, people are going to take shots and try and get under your skin. All they want to do is they'll throw somebody out there that can make him mad, and it doesn't matter if the guy from Moline gets kicked out because he's probably their 4th best player or something like that. So Jordan just got to keep his cool. And, you can retaliate, but there's times to do it underneath the basket, under a rebound, or some things like that.
And team scout that as well, Jeff.
Nathaniel got them both to go down, and now very interesting is Gesner's going to be whistled for the foul on the sideline. Both Smith and Nelson on the bench for the Railers. So you've got Cook, Podbelsic, Coyne, Gesner, and Van Hook out there for Lincoln at the 4.5 mark of the first half, up 21-6.
Well, as aggressive as Moline has been, only 3 fouls called on Moline, 8 now for the Railers.
Giovanni, first free throw is up and good.
Man, you can tell he plays in Wharton Fieldhouse. He likes to launch that thing up in the air about 15 feet. And a pretty darn good shooter.
5'11" senior, 5 points. Make it 6. 21-8. Railers lead is at 13. Almost stolen. It is stolen. Lindauer will go in for the jam. 21-10. Moline's cut it to 11.
And the Moline team that was buried is now quite alive, Jeffrey.
Cook to Coyne.
Yeah, we got to get Jordan or Smitty back in.
Yeah, right now the Rails don't have anybody to look to for offense out there.
Podbelsic at the 4-minute mark, halfway through the second quarter.
On the other hand, sit on it for a minute or two.
Gesner, the lob to Christian, and he returns the favor.
Nice jam and a great feed.
You know, we're used to seeing Christian going up with 2 hands. He caught it and then dunked it with 1.
Yep.
23-10. Atwater turns from 18 and hits.
Wow, nice shot.
Gets a shooter.
23-12, back to an 11-point game.
Not much of a dribbler, but boy, when he's in full scoring mode, he's good.
Railers get it into the front court with Cook, and a hold is going to be whistled. Atwater will pick up the foul, and I think if that's Atwater, that's now his 3rd.
Well, Moline has a lot of crying about the officiating in a game that's got an 8-4 foul count.
3:19 left in our first half. Podbelsic, Gesner, Cook, Van Hook, and Coyne on the floor for the Railers. Podbelsic holding. Lobs it down in the corner and throws it away.
Well, it's really sloppy in this half. 7 turnovers now, and Nelson and Smith return at the 3-minute mark.
And you see Lewis making a box motion with his hand as soon as Jordan came in. So right there, you know they're going to go back to the box and 1.
Yes, they are. Smith and Nelson with the rare first half rest in this game.
Down in the corner, Lewis. He's going to drive to the basket. Kicks it over. Tipped away by Nelson. Saved it. Nope, they're going to say he stepped on the baseline. So it'll stay with Moline, but nice hustle by Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan really getting after it. And it darn near paid off there.
2:58 left. In a, would you say dull first half?
Yeah.
No.
A chippy first half, Jeffrey.
This is the definition of chippy here tonight.
The Railers can close this thing up.
Wages couldn't hang on to it. Nelson 1-on-3, dribbling between everybody, lobs it up off the glass, and a blocking foul is going to be whistled on Wages. That'll send Nelson to the line. He'll be shooting 2.
Nelson had a little trouble handling the ball, but finally got it and did what Nelson always does. Either stops at 30 feet or takes it straight to the...
I had a feeling Nelson was looking for contact there. Jordan free throw up, good.
Jordan Nelson will have 1 more.
24-12. Second one from Nelly. Rattled in and out.
I don't remember last year's game being this physical. Well, I think we destroyed him up there, as I recall.
Underneath. Lindauer's going to drive the baseline, kicks it back out to Wages. Thought about a 3, but Van Hook was out on him quickly.
Yeah, we got Van Hook on the point now.
Stolen away by Gesner. Every time Moline has the basketball, you see Coach Alexander making it very obvious to point out where Lindauer is on Moline's offensive sets.
Yeah, we need to get Smitty back in the middle.
Gesner, top of the key, thought about it, didn't take it. Nathaniel, nice pass inside. Nathaniel couldn't connect from 10. Rebound loose. Nathaniel flips it up again. That one won't go down. Tip try one more time. No. Nathaniel again, and he's going back to the line. Well, he didn't get it to go down, but he certainly didn't give up.
No. And that's, determination going back in it. One thing we see a lot of anymore in this thing is this new floating jump shot, which I'm not big on. It's just hard to judge where you're going to be at as the time that you release the shot. So I think right there Nathaniel's just got to pull up and just shoot a regular 5-foot jump shot. You know, we saw Ben Brackney do that a lot from his sophomore really and junior season, and I thought his senior year he really didn't do it a lot, and he kind of stepped it up to that pull-up jump shot that so many good players can do, and I think right there was a case where Nathaniel just got to pull up and shoot it.
Nathaniel hits both free throws, 26-12, Railers up. Nathaniel with 6. Wages into the front court for Moline as we're under 2 minutes. Railers up by 14 here in the first half. Lindauer back out to Giovanni for Moline. Lewis Lindauer with a long 3, and he drains it.
Moline's first 3, second 3. 2 of 11 now.
26-15, 90 seconds left, and Gesner walked and he knew it. Really? I think he was going to try and get it to Nelson coming around, and Lewis was just a little too tight defensively to get it to Jordan.
8 turnovers for the Railers in this half.
Lewis.
They'd be up by 25.
Tipped away by Christian. Christian goes in. Off the glass. Won't go down, but Van Hook will go to the line shooting 2.
Well, it helps with the length. 6'4", and an athletic body out on the top of that point, and he can get a lot of passes that Jake Olson can't get or Jordan Gesner can't get.
Oh, yeah, a lot of arm span.
You know, I noticed when Lindauer was walking around, he keeps holding his right shoulder and shaking his right arm, so I'm not sure if he got hit or if he got bumped going through the lane or something happened, but he doesn't look comfortable out there.
No, he doesn't. He's flexing his hand. It's almost like he got a stinger. His coach offers him all the sympathy in the world.
Get back out there.
Get back out there and play. And it couldn't hurt too much. Yep, he hit that last 3 from downtown.
Christian got them both to go down, 28-15. Railers are now back up by 13.
Now, close a half out strong.
Giovanni, long pass, and another one thrown away.
10 turnovers. This has been a turnover-filled game. 18 total so far.
And really, not the turnovers that you're getting in a trap or anything like it. It's been a lot of turnovers that just throwing the ball into the bleachers.
Yeah.
Nathaniel over to Gesner. They work it into the front court, back to Smitty. Hands off to Nelson, working against Lewis. Railers may be content to hold for the last shot as we're under a minute. They're running Jordan through every screen they can. Nathaniel's going to take it in, dumps it down to Coyne. Coyne with the dribble, kicks it back out to Gesner. Smith, Nathaniel was going to fire it off, but he mishandled it. Now to Coyne in the corner, and he'll fire a 3. That's no good. Gesner coming over the back. Whistled for the foul. 41 seconds to go. Moline will be going to the line, shooting 1 and bonus. And before we get too much further into the game, we want to say hi and thanks for listening to Nathaniel's grandma Barb. She's hopefully feeling better. We know she's in the hospital, but we know she's listening here tonight. So hopefully she's enjoying this one. And Nathaniel's playing well.
And also Darren Wertschap, good friend of the broadcast, who's not out here tonight, but I'm sure hanging on every word that we say.
28-16, Lindauer. Second free throw, gets the roll. He now has 7, all of those here in the quarter, and they've cut it back to an 11-point game at 28-17 with just 30 seconds to go.
Seems like the Railers have been really in control, and you look up and we're only up 11.
Well, you know, we got off to that 16-0 start. Since then, we've been outscored 17-12.
Yeah, that helps.
Nathaniel looking with 23 seconds. They lob down to Gesner, and they call 3 in the lane. It's the annual 3 in the. If you've got 3 in the lane in your lottery ticket, you won tonight.
It gets called about once a year.
Yep.
So no, wait. Now we have to get the carry.
Yeah, we've got to have an obligatory carry somewhere.
Down to 13 seconds. You know, Moline can get this to single digits if they can score, and Lindauer's 3 left it short. Nathaniel grabs it with 8 seconds to go. Nathaniel looks at the clock, brings the dribble into the front court. Going to take it down. Nathaniel looking, 3, 2. Nathaniel's going to have to try and fire it off. Inside top of the key. Didn't go down. Our score at the half, it is Lincoln 28, Moline 17. We will be back with our halftime show in 3 minutes. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.